Hi, I'm Senator Tom Harkin. Welcome to TomHarkin.com. Recently, we sent out to all of you and asked you to answer some questions, like an online polling about issues you care about. You know, the war in Iraq, the economy, a host of different things. Now, that's going to be posted back online for you to see, but at the same time, a lot of you had questions that you had emailed in, and so what I'd like to do is take this time now to respond to those questions as best I can. And so Todd here is going to ask me those questions, and I'm going to try I'll get to those questions right now, and I think there's about 10 or 12 that sort of were lumped together, and like more than one person asked this kind of question, so we try to take them in order. So Todd, what were some of the questions people sent in?
Senator, thank you for taking the time to do this. First question is from Mark Freeman from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He writes, "My son is a senior in high school. He is autistic. Our concern is that the federal government has not fully funded IDEA. This puts an undue hardship on local districts to make ends meet. What can be done to increase the funding to reach the 40% level that was first mandated by the government when IDEA was first established?" Well,
as you know, we passed the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, in 1975. I was here at the time. I was a freshman congressman at the time. And because of my interest in disability issues, because I had a brother who was disabled. And so when that passed, the federal government promised the states and local school districts that we would get up to 40%, that the federal government would provide up to 40% of the difference in the cost between kids who are not disabled and kids who are disabled. Well, that was 1975. The highest we've ever gotten is 18%. And under George Bush, we're now going backwards. You know, we always tell our kids, you know, keep your promises, keep your commitments. If you say you're going to do something, do it. And if you don't keep your promises, people tend to get hurt. Well, here's what's happening now because the federal government has not kept its promise on this. In local school districts, a lot of times the parents with kids who are disabled that are mainstreamed in school don't ask for a lot of the supporting services that they need because they're told the school district doesn't have the money. The school district's trying to do their job. They have to raise more and more property taxes, which is an unfair tax, by the way, on property. And so a lot of times we find parents with kids with disabilities pitted against families with kids that don't have disabilities. And that's not a good thing. It's not good for our school districts, our schools. It's not good for the kids. If we would meet our obligation of 40%, that would relieve a lot of this anxiety out there. So I have a bill in. I've been doing it for years, trying to get that up to 40%, and I have a bill to do it over 8 years. We can't do it in 1 year, but over an 8-year period of time, we could get that to 40%. Well, we haven't been able to do it under the Bush administration. I'm hopeful that in a new administration next year, that will begin this process, and in 8 years, get that level up to 40%.